Value Gear Shop Tour, take 221. So I'm Steve, and anybody that knows me knows I'm kind of a rambler, and there's no script, no fancy cameras, no microphone, so I'm just going to ramble, and it might be fun for some and annoying for everyone else. So this is what we're doing. This is my extra refrigerator, and it stores tape and plastic bags and toner cartridges and rubber bands and plastic bags of all sizes that I package all the value gear in. And this is my first stock shelf. I'm really into building drawers lately, so there's 172, 148, 156, 135, tents and tarps. Then we got crates. I try to stock up pretty good. These are camo nets. Then we got truckloads and trailer loads. Sherman sets. Tons of Sherman sets. These are Stug sets. And secondary things for Stugs like concrete. And down here we got all the secondary bits for Shermans, like the sandbags, the sandbag fronts, logs, things like that. Some German truckloads. And in here, this is all my packaging stuff in this drawer. And all my packaging is printed by Consolidated Press in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it's the first place I ever worked in a print shop, and then later owned my own print shop, and Tim taught me how to be a good boss man. And then little promo ad stuff, like rack pieces for different Sherman sets. And then we got some snacks, some trailer loads, and then some larger sets, all the 1/16 stuff and the 1/35 sandbags, 1/48 sandbag sets. This is the shipping area, and we got a giant American-sized tub of peanuts. We got a Marky Mark action figure from the Planet of the Apes movie. Some pencils, tape, staples. This is where I keep a lot of the extra secondary bits for Shermans and Stugs. Got like Stug 7, and then once I cast the larger piece, I just put it in the bag and package it up. And these are all Sherman sets. Here's Sherman set 7. And I got envelopes piled up there for shipping stuff out. Picture of Pat McGrath, my old dog Spuddy, punk rock fashion clip that I found at a truck stop about 30 years ago. Some Austin Powers guys, some of my old models that are just totally broken from going from North Carolina to Arizona. Lego Jeep from Toy Story movie. And these are my canvases. This is where I go grab tanks to build stuff on. Like this. Stugs, trucks, just a bunch of junk. Paparazzi playset. And this is my casting table. So this is where I keep my masters under here. Masters for everything. And all these drawers. This is where I do the packaging. Let's do vacuum casting over here with my little vacuum trays and my vacuum pump from Harbor Freight. There's a bunch of molds. These are the little trays I use for packaging. They're nice because they pile up really well. And we got mold storage, cups, paper towels, and just molds over there. Some pressure pots for casting Sherman deck pieces and Stug deck pieces, whatever needs pressure cast. This is my DeWalt table saw for building big scale stuff, and I built that little table on the end so it can outfeed table they call it. It's a dresser thing I'm working on for the house. miter saw, and we got tool wall, toolbox, a bunch of screws and bolts. This was the dresser I had when I was in high school, so it's all covered in punk rock stickers. And let's see, we got the Homeland. On the other side, Chuck Norris. Tools. And then we got, this is my stash. It's not very big compared to most guys, but that's the kits I keep. Got me Magic Sculpt that I like to use for putty. Some wall filler, just random stuff, some glue. These really cool Kennedy toolboxes I find. There's my little tool caddy. Some of my favorite tools in it. Maybe I'll make another video about that. Some lacquer primer. This is a coffee warmer with some water. I like to dip my fingers in when I'm working with putty. I like to use cutting mats to do the putty work. And here's a nice tray of putty. Don't eat it, but that's how I keep it organized. I got the putties and hardener in a brown and flesh color, and then this is the green stuff that everybody knows about. A couple grenades in case I have a bad day, and just chemicals, clay, whatever I need. Some tools. I love finding desk lamps at the Goodwill and redoing them and making them useful. I like to put sandpaper on these clipboards I find at the Goodwill and the dollar store, and that way I can have a variety of them. It's pretty easy to access and a good flat spot to sand on. Some half tracks. I'm getting ready to do some half track stowage. And there's my paints. I don't have a whole lot. I don't do a lot of painting anymore. And the best glue on earth. And a bunch of brushes. More lamps. And this is my 2007 supercomputer. It's a A1186 Mac. It's got a 2 4-core 3 gigahertz processors. So it has 8 processors. It's the kind of thing I never could have had in 2007, but you can buy it for $300 now. It runs system 10.6 because I like to do some old graphic stuff. I still do some graphics design here and there for people. And I like to use Macromedia Freehand, which they don't make anymore, and nobody knows even what it is. So I got these 2 monitors here. Both of them came from Goodwill, 20 inch and a 21 or 22 inch there. It's nice having 2 monitors. You have all your palettes out on one side and your work on the other. And this $99 laser printer that prints all the shipping labels. It works fantastic. I've had it about 4 years now, and that's pretty much it. So there's my shop, and I sit around and I drink coffee and I listen to punk rock or audiobooks. And here's my Amps coffee cup, thanks to Brock. He sent it to me a long time ago. I use it almost every day, and that's it. That's my shop.